Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Hello, hello, hello.
So, guys, you probably noticed we've been doing a lot more videos that proportionately that are health related. And this is because this is exactly what the guides are telling us to do. As we just got done with some mantras and meditation, and this is what they've been telling us is you got to guard your health right now. You really have to.
Oh, they've really been, especially today. They were extra pushy, and the picture we have on the screen is exactly why, because we are being inundated. Our bodies are being inundated, which ends up translating to our souls being weighed down because we're trying to move through this ether of yuckiness that they've provided for us.
Most definitely. We've all seen skies like this, and we've seen documentation that explains exactly what's going on in those skies. And maybe some of you haven't, but there's a lot of things that have been going on up in those skies. And you could put whatever you want over a certain part of your body when you're around people. But when you're not around people, do you have that thing on 24/7, 365? And even at that, how small, how fine a particles is it able to take care of? And when we see the amount of people getting cancer rising through the roof every single year, and we wonder why when we see what is put on the crops, and this world is, as we've been saying, back assward.
Oh, yeah,
it's completely, the whole system is upside down, inside out, complete inverse of what it should be. As we've talked about GMO crops and, the naivete of certain generations even, as my own mom, when I would tell her, don't buy those GMO things, she would say, well, I heard all it is that they use more manure in organic foods. And I'd be like, no, no, how many times do I have to tell you this? And it just, it wouldn't sink in to get organic. And then we do know, even in this world, we might think we're getting organic, but are we really? Certain crops, most definitely have been compromised to the point where they're just contaminated, unfortunately.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to uncontaminate them. Well, it might be 100 years or so.
And as we've also said, this is a world where individuals can hide behind the umbrella of corporations and know that they're safe and secure, and that no matter what happens, their personal assets and stuff won't be touched because they have that corporate umbrella to shield them. And meanwhile, we see things like farmers being told what they can put into the ground on their own plots of land. And of course, we've also seen small farms almost disappearing and everything being basically centralized into the hands of fewer and fewer and fewer individuals. And we've looked at these stats, and this came out in the last 6 months, and I think it got a lot of people's attention. And then, of course, there's investment groups that are buying up houses left and right because we know that the big idea of these giants like the WEC and others is that, well, the average people are going to own nothing and be very happy about it. Meanwhile, the billionaires who have profited immeasurably, I mean, incredibly, from the whole fiasco that we've seen going on the last 18 months, this just shows a trend. They're going to own everything. We're going to own nothing. And they're also going to control all the food. So for the longest time, we didn't want to do like so many other channels do and get behind any sort of advertising. I hate the system. Totally. I can't stand the system. The system's how we're controlled. And so I didn't want to, operate in the system. But at the same time, it's important to know that you're able to get stuff that's actually good for you. And there's a lot of things that can really help in these times, as Cindy can attest to.
Oh, there are more things. I mean, when you open up the book on herbal healing, any kind of alternative healing, it's like getting shot with a hose from a fire truck. There's so much information out there. It's like, how do you sift through it? But the thing is, there's a lot of different ways to go about things.
There is. So we were approached a long time ago. We've been approached by many different companies wanting us to advertise everything from T-shirts to video games, to the ones that everybody has heard of,
Gold.
Yeah, things like gold and
Bitcoin.
and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and all sorts of things out there. I can't tell you. We get them all like every day. There's somebody else that wants to advertise on the channel, and we haven't done that at all. But a couple of years ago, some of our own family members came to us, and at that time, I still didn't want to do it. But now that I think about it, they're good people, and you're gonna get this stuff somewhere. So, why not buy from somebody that we know that's actually been a part of the Evolutionary Energy Arts EEA family for years? And so this is Medicinal Foods. And so they created a site for us where anything that you get from them, 15% would go to support our work. And we're not really doing it so much for that 15%. It's more the fact that I've known these people for a while, and I see what they're doing, and they're good people, and they're family members. They've been part of our family for years now, and they're doing a lot in raising consciousness. So why not? When I got like a flyer from them, I was looking, and I just was like, oh, let me look on Amazon. So I looked at Amazon, compare pricing, and noticed that Amazon was way more expensive than buying direct. And when you buy from through our link, not only will you be giving 15% to support EEA Evolutionary, but you'll be getting the lower prices because Amazon was way more expensive. And that's one of the things I think is another video topic. I've noticed like Walmart and Amazon, because they're ultimately going to be, and the big clubs, ultimately there's going to be no choices, no mom and pops, no little guys. This is what they want. And then they're going to soak it even more. And I've noticed their prices are going up, where now I go into this, if we have to run into Walmart or something for something, and then I go into a smaller grocery store, the deals are in the smaller grocery store. It's like shifting. That's what I've noticed anyway recently in this area. So, these are really good people that I do trust, and we have used a lot of these products as well. So I guess I thought, I think it's probably silly to not share with you guys somebody that I actually think is trying to shed light and bring light into the world and help people with health, at the same time doing what they're passionate about. And so you could see there's a lot of different products that I thought they were really good. And so we've used a lot of them. Cordyceps is something that my naturopath had me on when I was fighting Lyme's, and it could be a immune system booster. Mushrooms in general. There's reishi mushroom powder as well. So there's a lot of things. Chaga, love tonic. There's a chi tonic, spirit tonic, and lots of goodies. Shaman's blend, CBD bars. There was some things that were very naughty, like the chocolate macadamia nuts. Oh God,
those were really good.
Those are lovers bars, chocolate almonds. Oh God,
it was all really good.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. There's CBDs. They have nano silver solutions, nano silver right there. There's all sorts of stuff in here. And as I'm saying, the biggest thing to me is that these are good people and they're part of our family. So why not help the family members out? And they are on Instagram, and they're also, let me see here, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, so you can read about them and see, what they have going on there. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because, as I was saying, these are good people. The founder is Sky Covey, and this is Sky right here. And he's doing a lot to raise consciousness. And Ishmael, thank you for your help as well. Just good people. Check them out. See what you think. We're going to keep going, as the guides are stressing, to show people how they could heal themselves naturally, holistically. Again, mind, body, spirit, because that's what we are. If you look at the law of one, mind, body, spirit, complex. It's a complex. So unfortunately, the Western mindset, as I was saying today to a person that we were helping, is one that we're just a body, we're just a machine, so to speak. And that's not the case at all. We are so much more than just a machine, a mechanical type of organism. As we've talked about before, this is all about consciousness. This is all the ascension process and trying to stop the ascension process. That's what they want to do, is to stop the ascension process at all costs, because that liberates us. When we see this, the Ida, the Pingala, and the Sushumna, the Ida and the Pingala are the masculine and feminine nadis that intersect at the 7 chakras. Well, you see them right there, lying down up. They actually intersect at the 6, and then we have the crown chakra up and above, which we see the reference to having our wings and basically being like the angels. And of course, that symbolizes the staff of Hermes as well, ancient, sign of wisdom. Who is Hermes? Well, the messenger of the gods. So able to communicate above and below. And again, this is another reference to Kundalini, because when the third eye is awakened, then your whole body, let thine eye be single, and your whole body will be full of light. And light is gnosis, it's knowledge, it's information.
It's so important. Light is the information, and as it hits your body, it sits there and it unfolds itself, and it's able to read, and we respond to that light. So it's really important that we have good, clear gateways for light to reach us. And with all the toxins that we have in this world, that creates a lot of blockages, and our bodies can't function properly toward the light that is hitting our body.
Exactly. When we see the eye of Ra, the all-seeing eye, or the eye of Horus, it's a reference to the pineal gland. And when that is awakened, then our whole reality changes. When we look at things really simplistically, we see one picture, but when we look deeper, and I've talked about this many times, and this is a nice little diagram here by Adept Initiates. It was created by Carrie Love. And, it's nice to know other people catch it too. The fact that when they're talking about the churches, the 7 churches, they're referencing the chakras. They're also referencing consciousness in many different ways. This is part of looking deeper and getting past the obvious, the very obvious things. You have to look deeper. Jacob's ladder, what was it all about? What are angels? Well, angels, basically, they're messengers, right? And what about the ladder? This is, I believe this one is probably taken from Santos Bonacci, who's done a great work on, again, showing how it's about the Christed state is the anointed state. Well, when you go to church, like Catholic Church, if anybody was brought up Catholic, and they anoint you with oil, it's right on your third eye, right? Do you ever wonder why? And why are there 33 degrees in Freemasonry? Well, we got 33 vertebrae. There you go. That's Jacob's ladder. Climbing the ladder is what? The Kundalini. When the energies are balanced, the Ida, the Pingala, the masculine, the feminine energies are balanced. Why do we have such imbalance in this world? It's because they don't want you being a fully conscious, awakened individual.
Because then you'll be very powerful and very capable of healing yourself and going straight to the first thing that you need to get yourself closer to your higher self. And right now they've created a whole lot of blocks, internally in our 3D bodies that keep us from higher self. If you don't have all those blocks, it's easier and easier and easier to reach higher and higher states of health.
Exactly. And then, why 12 disciples? Why, there is a reference as above, so below. We see patterns. Again, we're in a holographic fractal multiverse. And so 12 cranial nerves, 12 disciples, 12 tribes of Israel, it goes on and on and on, all these different references. And quite possibly when we're fully activated, 12-strand DNA as well. And so this was an article that they've done over at Medicinal Foods on decalcifying your pineal gland. There's certain things that can help. And yes, it is the seat of the soul. And if you guys checked out the video, we're talking about 3 dantians. Lower dantian, 2 inches below the navel. Middle dantian's in between the heart chakra, solar plexus chakra, and then the upper dantian is right at the pineal. And what we take with us is the life force that we could bring up into that seat of the soul, into the pineal gland. And that will help us to progress outside of this life when you shed this body. If you don't fully physically ascend in this lifetime, which again, that was what Yeshua really came to show us, was that there is the possibility of ascension without death. And we've talked about the Tibetan rainbow body, where tens of thousands of monks have actually achieved this. There's many Indian yogis that have achieved this as well. And then there's legends of Taoist immortals as well that have achieved this. When we look at what did the Nazis do at the concentration camps? Well, they loaded them up on fluoride because it made them more manageable, and they were not as intuitive. They were basically walking zombies. This is what a good herd is made of, walking zombies that just simply don't question anything, do as they're told, eat their supersized #1 from McDonald's, and drink tons of fluoridated Coke and Pepsi. So our ancient ancestors were very well aware of the power of the pineal gland, and today more people than ever are becoming aware as well. We are waking up. And of course, today's environment's full of toxins, chemical and electromagnetic. Why are there towers everywhere? Well, part of it is so you get a better cell signal, but part of it is also it's going to interfere with bodily processes, keep us in a lowered state of immunity, and eventually leave us susceptible to many forms of dis-ease that's going to end up sending us to the DR period and getting another PRE script, right? And that creates profits, repeating customers, lowered IQs, and lowered vibrations and frequencies, and more manageable people. Yes, even our top scientists and government research highlights the importance of a healthy pineal gland. An intact and functioning pineal gland is necessary for preserving optimal human health. And this is from NIH.gov. Serotonin and melatonin regulation, very important hormones. So it's got basically some things you could do, like starting a pineal gland decalcification diet. I'll have all the links for you guys. And there are superfoods that can help. Now, I was saying to Cindy, this is probably why you're eating all those avocados. Food's high in boron. Boron helps to remove calcified fluoride that hardens around the pineal gland. And you could buy liquid boron you can buy it in a form that you could just take, but you can eat foods that are high in boron, like avocados, prunes, raisins. I mean, this woman eats, 3 or 4 avocados a day, I think.
And bags of raisins too, and almonds, love all that. I've automatically just been going to them, and a lot of you guys who I'm in contact with have been doing it too.
Listen to your instincts. Listen to your body. As I see our naturopathic doctor and good friend Rosemary is sending Cindy a text there. Dates, hazelnuts as well, raw cacao. Yes, that's another key. And then we have garlic, oregano oil, apple cider vinegar, chamomile, pine bark, lavender bud. These are all different tonics and teas. Wild indigo bark, violet, licorice, ginseng. And you see the pineal is a pea-sized pine cone-shaped gland. And there's a reason why the Pope walks around with a pine cone on his staff. This is because he's saying, I hold this knowledge, you don't. This is not for you to know. You know, this is all part of the real hidden agenda that's been underway. And the pineal is piezoelectric, meaning it responds to light and it's bioluminescent when stimulated. Why do you think the enlightened beings always have a halo or aura surrounding in their head? Because their pineal glands are awake. Yes, I mean, this is beautiful. So, you know, we do need to decalcify. And, you know, fluoride is, in my opinion, horrid. So toxic, considered hazardous waste by the EPA. And you can see where else. It's the same in a certain pest poison, as well as PROZAC. Yes. See the bigger picture here. See the bigger picture. Stop drinking tap water, for one. Refuse fluoride treatments at dentists and toothpaste containing fluoride. And fluoride's gotten hidden in certain brands that used to be really good, like Tom's. You have to look closely. Make sure that you don't, because they have both. Start eating a diet that will assist in achieving decalcified pineal gland, and use products free of fluoride. If you care about your pineal gland at all, you might want to try it. And there's different tonics that you can take as well. And so, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I'll have the link. It'll be on our videos moving forward. And we do appreciate anybody that does order from Sky and Ishmael over there at Medicinal Foods, as it would be supporting the channel as well. But if you don't, that's fine. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Open up your pineal gland. For one, it's in charge of serotonin and melatonin. And serotonin's a feel-good hormone. Melatonin's what helps regulate sleep. Very important. Very, very important. Why do you think we have so many problems with sleeplessness in this world, in this society?
Well, they've made sure we have a lot of problems when it comes to us reaching our very best selves.
Yeah. So you think about that. If your pineal gland was functioning, you might not need to take something to fall asleep. And, again, there's always consequences when it comes to these BIGPHARMA. Always, always. So we want to thank you guys for your support on Ko-Fi and Patreon as well. Anybody that needs to make an appointment with us, it's evolutionaryenergyarts@gmail or EEARTS@protonmail.com. Stay healthy out there. Stay prepared. The guys are stressing that because, everything that it has been bombarding us, it seems like it's ramping up more and more.
It is. It's being increased.
Yeah. So take care of yourselves. As always, guys, God bless and namaste.
Namaste.